Hello everybody, you stumbled upon the YouTube page that talks a lot about a little. I'm Cam Gwynn and this is Cam Gwynn Talks, and back at you with another album review. I know these usually come out on Monday. I had a long weekend to say the least. Let's put it that way. I also got a little nerdy recently, been getting some Pokemon cards. Anyway, so as you can tell, we got kind of a Mac takeover today. I'm wearing swimming right here. What album are we doing? Oh, that one. Makes sense. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of Mac albums to come eventually once I do every, so like J. Cole, I have quite a few albums. I have all three Bryson Tillers. Once we get those done, I will come out with a video maybe explaining what my favorite albums are and rank them in order. I don't want that to be, Okay. So without further ado, let's get into Swimming by Mac Miller. It was his 5th studio album. It came out literally about a month before he died, which is, it's sad because he didn't get to see his first platinum album. You know, there's a lot of success that came with this album, and it was just very, very sad to see him go. Without saying anything else or me getting too sad about it, let's just get right into it. The first song, Come Back to Earth. You know, it's taking like a little look into his head. You know, he says, I just need a way out of my head. You know, I'll do anything for a way out of my head. You know, it's kind of like he's in a deep, dark place right now. That's how the album starts off. I got a 7.2 on Come Back to Earth. You know, it's solid, but there's a lot of great music on this. After that, you go into track 2, Hurt Feelings, which is kind of like, you know, embodies what the first song is about. I just need a way out of my head. His feelings are being hurt. You know, it's a little bit of a similar vibe to track 1, as I say. And it kind of has a little bit of like bragginess to it in a way, but, you know, it's kind of like a look at his growth of where he was to now type of thing. And the album kind of just keeps going into this type of scenario. It's like, I started here, I'm here, I need to be happier. What can I do to be happier? And it seems like he tries to figure it out as we go. Hurt Feelings got a 7.5. You know, it's good. It's a good song. Track 3, What's the Use? It's kind of got like an old school jazzy Motown sound to it, which, you know, I like a lot. I need to stop looking down. I'm reading a little bit, so let's put this up here so I'm not looking down the whole time. It's got like I was saying, a jazzy Motown type of sound to it. It's got like a little modern twist. Simple delivery for the most part, but he has nice flow switches that kind of keep the song fresh. You know, it doesn't get stale at any moment. I gave that an 8.2. It's an awesome song. Love the beat to it. It's a good song. Track 4, Perfecto. It's different. Very different, but the beat has a nice vibe to it. His delivery is a little odd, but, you know, it works for this song. I gave it a 7.2. That song and Come Back to Earth actually are the 2 worst rated songs on here, so from here on out, it's just all good ratings. Self-Care, track 5. Most people know this song. If you're a Mac Miller fan, you will 100% know this song, and this is kind of the turning point of the album in a way because, you know, self-care, you're taking care of yourself, you're making sure that your mental is in check, and you're, you know, trying to be happy. You know, if you're not happy, you're trying to get to that point where you are happy. That's what this song is kind of about. You know, treat yourself because, I mean, you really have yourself. And then it's got a good switch up at the end that kind of brings clarity to his pain. He says, I was thinking too much, got stuck in oblivion. I mean, you can get yourself stuck in a rut like that when you're thinking too much, you know? So I love the song, gave it an 8.6. Track 6 leads into that, and it's called Wings, and it's kind of picks up from Self-Care, but at the same time it kind of has like a little, I don't know if wings truly means this, but it could be like a metaphor for the pain, you know, and wishing he had wings to kind of go up to heaven type of thing. It kind of sounds like it could be that, which, you know, is just tremendously sad if it is that way, considering he died a month after the release of this album. Essentially, it was like a month and like 2 weeks or something like that. Like, it was either way. Wings, you know, like I was saying, it kind of picks up. If it does mean that, that gives it a little extra meaning to it. I gave it an 8.3 though. It's a very good song. It's got a great sound to it, and, you know, it is kind of sad now that I'm thinking about it. Track 7, Ladders. A lot of people love this song. I love it too. It's nice light start to it, but the beat starts to go crazy once he gets into it, and it just, Mac usually like rides beats perfectly, and this is no exception. He does a great job with it, but the beat doesn't outshine him. He doesn't outshine the beat type of thing. It's like a co-collaboration that just works perfectly in unison. I love it. Uh, I also picked out a little thing from here that says, I've been in the so long that it don't smell. I thought that was kind of cool because it's kind of like maybe a shot at the industry. Maybe it's his mental. Maybe his mental has been so terrible. I'm thinking it's that, considering what this album is. It's probably his mental has been so terrible that at this point, it doesn't smell bad anymore. It's just a normal day in mental anguish, which is just awful. Ladders, I got an 8.4. Small Worlds, it's kind of weird. It is kind of weird if I'm being honest. I do like the simple guitar in it. His delivery is very different, but it works again. Um, the beat does help Mac a little bit. His voice sounds a little weird in it. I mean, it ends great. I love the ending to Small Worlds. I gave it a 7.5. Number 9, track 9, I should say. Conversation Part 1. It's a nice beat. It's catchy to it, or catchy verse to it. It's kind of like a get off your ass type of song, just get to it. And then a quote from that kind of speaks volumes to what I just said is he says, it ain't your money till you make it, otherwise it's just conversation. Makes sense. So I gave that one an 8.1, solid. 10, don't know. It's very simple, chill, laid back. There's not really a whole lot I can say about this. He's starting to continue to sound happy, like with conversations. When another thing that you can add to when he says it ain't your money till you make it, otherwise it's just conversation. You can kind of like think about it in the fact of like he used to talk about that, but now he's not. And I will get more into that with another song on here. But Dono kind of has that type of thing, kind of a switch of attitude from where we were earlier, where he's like dealing with a lot of mental problems and stuff like that, to kind of being happier and finding clarity with himself and being happy with himself and accepting himself. I gave Dono a 8, just 8 flat. It's a good song. Sorry about the paper. I'm old school. There we go. Track 11 is Jet Fuel. It's a very odd selection at the very beginning, and I've always kind of wondered what it was, so I did look up the lyrics. That didn't help. But I found a Reddit post that did help. The beginning part is actually a verse from a Jamaican artist. It goes by Cuddy Ranks, and the song is called Stopper. And essentially, from what I read at least, the verse is pretty much him thanking his God and being like, hey, yo, thanks for making me awesome, essentially is what it is. And Jet Fuel, kind of goes into that. He's talking heat. He's coming at everybody. He's like, yo, y'all need to know I'm the GOAT. He says that in it. He's just going crazy in this song. I gave Jet Fuel an 8.2. It's a fun hype song from this album. It's probably the most hype song off of the album. And then my favorite song going into this was track 12, called 2009, and it still is my favorite track. Just everything about this song, it's just, I get chills just thinking about it. And when I listen to it, it's like, Mac Miller made that. Like, this is Mac Miller. I just feel like it embodies like him. It's got amazing string orchestra in the background, nice piano in it. You get some real raw emotion in the beginning from the arrangement that is behind him. Absolutely love it. And then after that, it kind of goes into a happy, uplifting beat, slight drum with the piano, like I was saying. And I love his lyrics in it. It's like his time of reflection, because 2009 was when his first mixtapes started coming out. That's before we even had, where is it, Kids. Kids wasn't even out yet. And it's where he started. He's saying, I don't have to lie no more nowadays. All I do is shine, take a breath, ease my mind. He used to be lying in his raps. He used to be talking about how he got it and he didn't have it. So, he's at the point where he wanted to be, where he always wanted to be, where he always dreamed of being, and he is finding clarity and being happy with that. It's just a beautiful song. And if you haven't seen the video of the little baby just vibing out to this song, go watch it. You might cry. I almost did. I gave 2009 a 9.7. It's just overall an amazing song. I feel like this is a song by Mac that you can play around anybody and anybody could love it. I feel like it could cross generations and just people, you know? So, love the song, 9.7. Best song on the album, potentially his best song that he ever came out with, to be honest. Track 13, So It Goes. It's kind of an interesting beat. It's kind of dark, but like not like super dark where you're in like the depths type of thing. It's kind of like a shadow is being cast, and like maybe there's still some self-doubt if you know, he's able to actually fully get out of this rut that he has been in mentally and stuff like that. I gave it a 7.4. It's a good way to end an album. It's not his best work though. So like I said, Come Back to Earth and Perfecto both got a 7.2. Those are the worst rated songs on here. They're still great songs though. And the best rated song is 2009 with a 9.7. And like I was saying, this, like, that's a song you can literally play for anybody and you'd be surprised who would end up loving it. And they might be surprised that it's Mac Miller when they think like Donald Trump and, you know, stuff like that. Overall, the album gets an 8.02. It's a great rating. You know, it's just a awesome album, and you know, it might be ranked a little higher just because due to the fact that he died right after, and you know. So, let's get into the fun part though. Let's look at this beautiful album. And like I said with the Drake album, some of these ratings for the vinyl itself might detract, so just pay attention to the average rating overall. Like I said, 8.02. It's a good album. But it kind of gets taken down a little bit, you know. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. So, no surprises there. Artwork, gave it a 5.5 because, like I said, the artwork also counts little posters and stuff like that. So we got a nice little poster just with like the credentials of each song. You know, it's nice, colorful. Gave it 5.5. Like I said, it's simple, but you know that little poster is nice. It sounds great. 2009 with the orchestra in the background just sounds so good. So I gave it an extra couple points for that. I got an 8.5 on the sound. Mainly because of how good 2009 sounds, and it almost makes me want to go get more like classical sounding albums and stuff like that. So without further ado, like I always say, it's my favorite part. Hopefully it's your favorite part too, finding out what this disc looks like. It's another boring one, unfortunately. So, you know, we'll just hope the next one is better. So either way, you get a 5 on that just because it's a simple disc. That brings an overall average for the vinyl rating to be a 6.76. And, you know, that I'm not, when I say that, it's not because it's not worth it to get it on vinyl, you know, with a score like that. You would think that, but no, this album is amazing, and I didn't get it because I was expecting anything cool. I just love this album, you know. So if you love this album, go get it, you know. You'll love it on vinyl too. And plus, like, just having this as a decoration at least is the coolest. Ta-da! So, like we always do, I'm going to spin the wheel for the next one, and I really appreciate you guys watching, and, you know, I hope you like it. If you do, drop a little like, subscribe, because there will be, I got a lot more of these to do. This is just the first Mac Miller one, and look at all the Mac Miller ones we have to do. So, again, thank you guys, and have a great day.